guys, this is my review for WWE Money in the Bank. Now, I didn't think this was a bad show, but I didn't think this show was very good. We had a good Money in the Bank match, a pretty good, I would say. We had a shocking Money in the Bank winner and a cashing on the show. But even with all that, throughout the show, I found myself bored. I found myself sitting back in my chair and, just bored. So, like I said, it wasn't a bad show, but I don't think it was very, very good show. You'll remember this show by one thing, and we'll get to that, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite Money in the Bank. So, this is my review. I'll go down the card, giving my thoughts and opinions. There is no pre-show for this pay-per-view. There is 6 matches on this card, and still, it went to about, alright, I would say it went to about 11:10. So, it was a short pay-per-view than usual, but they could have cut a lot of video packages out. They stole a lot of time on the show. This could have been like a 2.5 hour show, but they stole time. But let's get into this pay-per-view. So, they opened up with the women's Money in the Bank match. Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Raquel Rodriguez. It's not Gonzalez anymore, it's Rodriguez. So, I thought this was decent. I didn't think it was a really good Money in the Bank, but it was decent. However, there were a lot of botches in this match. Botchamania is going to have a field day this week with this match. But, like I said, it was a decent match. So, the match started out, Becky and Asuka, they went at it for a little bit. Raquel got some offense. She looked pretty good. She tried to do the spot there. I think it was Liv and Shotzi. They're on the floor on both sides of the ladder. And she tried to deadlift, pick up the ladder with both of them on each side. And this is the first botch. She lifted up one side, but I think Liv rolled off. And whatever she was trying to do, it didn't work out. But Raquel, she got some offense in. So Shotzi hit a crossbody off of the ladder. That looked pretty cool. She had a ladder botch. So Alexa Bliss was on top of the ladder. Shotzi pulled her off, and I think Shotzi was supposed to not catch her, but she put her in an electric chair kind of move. So Shotzi's standing there, Alexa is on top of her back in the electric chair, and I don't know what Shotzi was going for, but she lost her footing, and Alexa just went back into the ladder. And her back is gonna hurt tomorrow from that. I don't know what she was going for, but she botched it. Later in the match, everybody, thought the ladders in the corner. Alexa Bliss hit a Molly go around from from the corner or the turnbuckle or to like 4 different women. They look pretty good. Lacey Evans had a nice women's right to Shotzi. Liv had, I think it was Shotzi. Shotzi was on the ladder. Liv came up and she hit a rolling sunset flip powerbomb onto Shotzi. Shotzi did a lot in that match. Whether it looked good or she botched a couple things, she did a lot. So Liv hit a sunset bomb on Shotzi. Then we had Becky. Becky had Asuka. There was a ladder in between the apron and the announce table, and Asuka was laying towards it. So there was another ladder standing up next to the ladder, laying across. So Becky goes up and Asuka's laying on the ladder. Becky comes up with a leg drop. She missed Asuka. I think she was supposed to come down in the middle and the ladder was gonna break. She missed Asuka and her butt hit like the end of the ladder and she like ricocheted off the ladder. She missed Asuka, hit the ladder, and bounced off. That looked like it hurt. So, we go to the end of the match. We have Becky up on the ladder. Liv Morgan goes on the ladder, pushes Becky off, and Liv wins the briefcase. So, I said in my predictions that I would like, Liv to win, but she lost her title matches, so we already know what WWE thought of her, so I didn't think she would win. I was wrong, okay? I'll eat my crow for that. I was wrong. Liv Morgan won the Money in the Bank match, and she cashed in, which we'll get to later in the match. But I didn't mind that. It was a shocking win. I love Liv Morgan. So, yeah, she won. And I was listening to Solo Monster, and he brought up a good point that Lacey Evans could have won, being it's 4th of July weekend. They could have done with her, but I'm happy they did with Liv. Like I said, decent Money in the Bank match. I didn't think it was overly good, but it wasn't bad. Next, we have Theory versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. I thought this was good. I mean, I said in my predictions they could have a good match. I thought they had a good match. It wasn't an over-the-top great match, but I thought it was good. So, at the start of the match, Theory, he played the chicken shit heel. He was running away from Bobby. He waited outside the ring and picked his spot. They took his spot there. He got back in the ring and Bobby caught him with a power slam. Theory thought he was smart. Bobby caught him with the power slam. So, they go outside. Bobby went to throw Theory into the post, but Bobby ends up going into the post. And Theory rolls back in the ring, and he wants to count out in, but Bobby makes it back in for the 10 count. So, this is where the match kind of slowed down a little bit. Theory put Bobby in a headlock for a couple minutes, and he's a heel, so like Kevin Owens, you gotta piss people off somehow. But Bobby made his comeback. I think he hit a spear. He hit some big moves. I think a German he hit. Gary then outside. He went on the apron. He went for the rolling drop kick that he does. But Bobby turned it into a power slam. That was a nice move. Gary ended up getting back on offense, hits the spear, Bobby's spear, matter of fact. And he went for the rolling drop kick again, or he hit the rolling drop kick and went for the 8-down down finish, but Bobby reversed it, he did a hurt lock, and picks up the win. So, Bobby Lashley is the new United States champion. Like I said, good match. I didn't hate it. Next, we had Bianca versus Carmella for the Raw Women's Championship. This wasn't bad. Again, it was a decent match. This was funny. I wrote this down. So, Carmella was making her entrance, and Corey Graves said, one time Triple H told me about a good place to renew my vows or get remarried, something like that. And I thought that was funny. A nice callback to because they were in Vegas tonight. So I thought that was a nice callback to Triple H, the whole drugging Stephanie into marrying him thing. I thought that was cool. So, the match started. Bianca dominated the beginning of this match. She reversed the Hurricane Rana by Carmella and turned it into a backbreaker. 2 backbreakers, actually. Carmella got some offense. She put Bianca into an arm stretch. But Bianca made a comeback. She hit the standing suplex. Then she holds the person up and poses or jogs in place, however you called it. So she hits the suplex on Carmella and hits the KOD for the win. Decent match. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. So, after this match, we get a segment in the back. We see Alexa Bliss going into her dressing room, and on the couch is Lily, her doll. So, next to the couch is a wall of all, merchandise. So, Alexa's talking to the doll, and she's like, Lily, how could you afford all of this? And then she pulls out the WWE credit card. And then she's like, did you buy me anything? And she acts like Lily pointed to the little box. So Alexa picks up the box, and it's a little roller skates. And she's like, ha, next time, ask for my size before you buy me something. So, I don't know what this was. I think it was a promotion for the WWE credit card and the WWE shop. I don't think it was any more than that. People on Twitter are like, oh, they're teasing, Alexa talking to Lily again, this and that. I think it was just a promotion for the credit card. that's all it was supposed to be, but who knows? Especially what we saw later in the night. And I'll get to that, but who knows? Next, we have the Usos versus the Street Profits for the undisputed Tag Team Champions. I have a controversial opinion about this match. So, I thought it was good, but it got good later on in the match. It took a while, and I mean a while, for this match to pick up. But even with all that being said, I think up until this point, this was match of the night. Up until this point. So, it ended up being a good match, but it took a while to get started. So, the match starts, Dawkins hits a standing drop kick, and he tags in Ford to go for the frog splash to end it early, but I think it was Jay rolled out of the ring. So they tried to end it early, didn't happen. So the Usos are outside the ring, they're talking shit. Montez Ford is on the turnbuckle doing the DX chops. I think he did 10 of them. And the crowd is chanting, "Suck it." So the Usos take back control. They work on Dawkins for a while. And I mean a while. Eventually, Ford gets the hot tag. And before he can do anything, he goes to the top. And he comes down. And Jimmy hits him with a super kick. And ends whatever momentum he was gonna start. And they work on Ford for another second. So eventually Ford tags in Dawkins. Dawkins does like a flip over the ropes. That looked pretty cool. Montez Ford gets another tag. He flipped over the turnbuckle. So this is like flips. Dawkins flipped, and now Ford flips. So Ford flips. He hits the frog splash for a 2 count. At the end of the match, the Usos hit the 1D for the win to retain. But then, after the Usos, celebrate and go to the back, on commentary, they're like, wait, Montez Ford's shoulder was up the whole time, and they showed a replay that in fact his shoulder was up. And it wasn't because he kicked out. Then Jimmy had him in the pin. He held him a little too tight, and he picked up his shoulder off the mat. So I think they're going to have a rematch at SummerSlam. And I was thinking this because they were teasing a couple months ago that the Street Profits were going heel. They started using heelish tactics. They played, I think, whose music was it? So the Usos to lose the match. But they started healing it up a little bit. So I think the Usos have to play dirty. I think they're gonna get this rematch at SummerSlam and not 100% go heel, but play dirtier than they happen. And I think that's where the Usos dropped the titles. So, Usos retain, like I said, good match, but it took way too long to heat up. After the match, there was a creepy vignette that like a guy, a shadowy figure, and candles, and crosses, fire. It was creepy. And right away, people, go like, oh, is it Bray? Is it the Fiend? Who is it? I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate, because I don't want to get my hopes up, but there was a creepy vignette that played. Drink some water. Trying not to make cuts in this video. So, next we had Ronda Rousey versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's title. This match, I found myself sitting back in my chair on my phone the most. This was uninteresting, not bad, but I was uninterested throughout this match. And we'll cover what happened after, but let's get through this first. So, Ronda Rousey lurked on Natty's arms. She put her in arm bars and stretches. Natty got some offense, and then she was yelling at Pat McAfee and the commentary team. The match slowed down from here's there. I was on my phone the most. And they were just trading rest holds and submissions. It was bad. So, the biggest thing there, Ronda put Natty in the sharpshooter, or she was trying to, and Natty kicked Ronda out of the ring. So from there, Natty was trying to lurk on Rousey's legs, and every time she tried to lock in the sharpshooter, Ronda would try to lock in another submission. So Ronda or Natty eventually goes for the sharpshooter one more time, and Ronda locks in the armbar and taps out Natty for the win. Like I said, uninterested in this match. But let me slow down. But what was interesting is what happened after. So, Liv Morgan won Money in the Bank. After this match, Ronda is selling the leg. I knocked down my water. Ronda is selling the leg because of all the times Natty put her in the sharpshooter and lurked on the leg. So Ronda's in the ring selling the leg. Liv Morgan, her music hits, crowd goes nuts. She comes out, she said she's cashing in. Now, she goes after Ronda's leg, but Ronda moves and locks in the ankle lock. And everybody thought that this was going to be a failed cash-in. But Liv chop blocks Ronda's knee and rolls her up for the 3. Your new SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. I'm excited about this. I love Liv. I'm happy she finally won a belt. And it's the world title, nonetheless. Her first Championship in WWE, and it's the women's title. So, I'm happy. But I can't help to think two things. First, did they do this as a way to write Ronda off of TV until SummerSlam? Because they can't, come up with anything to do with her? Because this past month with Natty has been terrible. So, did they do this to write Ronda off for a month? Or are they gonna do like last year and pull a Nikki Cross there? She cashes in successfully and loses to Charlotte the next night. I don't wanna, speculate too hard. I want Liv to have a good run. I know it's not gonna last, but I hope they don't do her dirty like Nikki Cross last year. That's what I hope. But congrats to Liv. I saw Ruby Soho on Twitter, congratulating her. That's her girl. So, congratulations to Liv Morgan. Now, let's get into the main event. Actually, before that, let me take a drink. So, let's get into this main event. It's the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Riddle, we had Rollins, we have Sheamus, we have Sammy, we have Omos, we have Drew, and the to-be-announced person, Madcap Moss. I didn't mind him in the match. Stupidity aside, what they did on SmackDown, and I'm not gonna get into that. You can go listen at Black Soul Monster. Go listen to Soul Monster's Rampage and SmackDown review from, July 1st? Last night? Go listen to that. And listen to the stupidity that they did on SmackDown. So, Madcap Moss was the seventh man, but not the only man. No. So, the bell is about to ring, and Adam Pearce comes out. And he says, wait a minute, they're in Vegas, so I'm going to raise the stakes. I'm going to raise 7 men to 8 men. And here's your mystery man. So, I asked this on Twitter because the crowd went nuts. Like, they were expecting something. And then, out comes Austin Theory. So, I asked this on Twitter. Is there a rumor going around today of somebody backstage? Because the crowd seemed awfully disappointed. Or did they just think it was Bray Wyatt? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But the eighth man in this match is Austin Theory. The man who lost his United States Championship earlier in the match didn't have a match to qualify, was just thrown in to this match by, they said it on commentary, by assuming Vince McMahon. I'm surprised Vince McMahon, he's been making appearances the past 2 weeks. I'm surprised he didn't come out to make this announcement. I don't know. But that's the 8th man. So, the theory being added, the match started unless he cleared house. He's giving chops to this person, throwing this person. He took a ladder, rammed it into Riddle. I think rammed it into Rollins. He took another ladder. He backpedaled and hit them in the face again, unless he cleaned house. Until Drew came from behind and gave him a claymore, and they tossed him outside. So Omos was down for a while. Drew was on the ladder. The theory, they traded shots for a while until Omos made his way back into the ring. Tried to clear house again, but this time they all hit their finishers. He got a brogue kick, a claymore, a curb stomp. They hit their finishers, and then WWE loves doing this. They buried Omos under like 10 ladders. Every time there's a giant in the ladder match, you can expect for them to get buried under ladders. They love doing that spot. So, Omos gets buried. Later in the match, there is a ladder set up under the turnbuckle in between the 2 middle ropes, and Madcap Moss gave Sami Zayn a powerbomb. That looked pretty good. Riddle. Let's talk about Riddle. He had a floating bro from the top of the ladder. He did Randy Orton's hanging DDT from the ladder. He delivered Randy's scoop slam, and later on he delivered an RKO off of the ladder, which we'll get to. So Riddle, he might have been the MVP of this match. So Riddle hits the floating bro off the ladder, like I said. Omos comes back, and I misspoke. Here is where they hit him with finishers. They ganged up on him before and buried him with the ladders, but here is where he got knocked with the claymore and the curb stomp and all that. So they hit Omos with finishers, and then they, 6 men pick up Omos and powerbomb him through the announce table. But not just powerbomb, they lifted him up and threw him. Omos flew. And I wrote this on Twitter, Omos has never flown like that in his life. Then I tell you, they tossed him through the table. They tossed him. That was a cool spot. So, we had Sheamus and Drew on top of the ladder. Later on in the match, they're hitting each other, and Butch comes out. So Butch comes out, he attacks Drew. Drew knocks him out with a claymore. Him and Sheamus brawl for a little while. And then, a thing, and then Theory comes up from behind, knocks Riddle off the ladder, and gets the briefcase. So, we all thought when Riddle was announced as the 8th man that, of course, he's 80% he's gonna win. But there's always that chance we could be wrong. And when Riddle reached up, we thought, Riddle's gonna take it. No. Theory wins. So, your Money in the Bank winner for, your men's Money in the Bank winner for 2022 is Austin Theory. So, he ends the show on the ladder, taking a selfie. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. They might have him hold the briefcase for a little while, or he could cash in at SummerSlam. Who knows? I don't know. I would have preferred Rollins to win and hold it, cash in, win the belt at SummerSlam, and then Cody win the Rumble and win at Mania. I would have preferred that. I don't know if they're going with this Theory thing. But, like I said, this wasn't a bad show. This wasn't the best show. It was decent. There was some things that I liked. And congrats again to Liv Morgan. But let me know in the comments, what did you think of the show? Did you like it? Did you not? Do you agree with me? What do you think about Liv cashing in? And Ronda, is she gonna stick around or leave for a month? Let me know. But leave a like if you like my review. Subscribe if you're new. I got through this in one take. Turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload. Have a nice day, guys. Oh, have a nice 4th of July. Peace.